I'm Gary Petty.
And I'm Sarah Petty with RE/MAX DFW Associates.
You know, even at a time like this when so many people are buying homes with cash, most people we know are still using mortgage loans.
Which means that whether you've bought a home before or you're planning to buy your first home in the future, this message is important for you. We're here today with Chris Parrish, loan officer with Bank of Texas, and we're just going to ask him a few questions that most people have about the home buying process. So, Chris, can you just outline briefly what the process looks like for a borrower?
Certainly. Basically, your buyer is going to get pre-qualified with the mortgage lender. At that point, it should only take about 5 minutes of their time.
The way they're able to do this so quickly is that after entering the income information, they hit a button to bring in the 3 merged credit reports. Hit another button to send it out for underwriting decision. A few seconds later, that comes back in approved with a list of required documents or rejected, and quite often it has a reason why it was rejected.
Then they're, of course, ready to go look at houses with you. Once they find that perfect home, get a contract on that home, then they send the contract to the loan officer. Basically get some disclosures out, get the appraisal ordered, get the title ordered. Goes back to the underwriter, full approved, ready to go.
What kind of documentation should a borrower expect to have for you up front and later in the process?
Well, up front, just with the pre-qualification process, you really don't have to have anything. Most loan officers won't ask for anything, but I think it's a best practice to have at least your income documents. If you're self-employed, you want to have 2 years tax returns. If you're a wage earner, at least you have your 2 recent pay stubs. Later on in the process, once you have a contract, you're going to ask for, depending if you're self-employed or wage earner, but 2 pay stubs, 2 W-2s, 2 years tax returns, which you already have. You need to get homeowner's insurance, copies of driver's licenses, bank statements for your assets. That's pretty much it.
So I would say if you are thinking of buying a home and you're trying to prepare, he made it sound pretty simple, but it does take a little bit of time to get everything together. So that would be very helpful. So what would you say to somebody who's interested in buying a home, but they're not sure if they qualify yet?
Well, I would say go ahead and go through the pre-qualification process with the loan officer. It's only going to affect your scores by a couple points. I know that's the biggest concern is what's it going to do to my credit score. But you need to have a good idea of what you're dealing with income-wise, asset-wise, credit-wise to know how prepared you are to purchase. Because that's kind of a detailed, you normally have to review the credit and decide, is it a matter of just paying down some debt, some credit cards? That's usually all it takes with most customers. They're not aware. It's pretty common that people, I guess their biggest confusion is my credit, I've never been late on anything before, but my scores are low. Why is that? And it's because they've maxed out a credit card. And they don't realize that drops your score about 30 points when you've exceeded 50% of what your credit limit is. So, sometimes it's as simple as just paying down credit cards.
There are a few no-nos in this process. For one, don't go buy a new car or even new furniture for your new house. Don't spend any large amounts of money without talking with your lender first, and don't open up new lines of credit.
You don't want any surprises, and you have to assume that they're going to be pulling your credit report like the day before closing. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us or contact Chris Parrish.
We're always glad to help. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching.